This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Welcome to Behind the Scenes, for your half-assed entertainment news with no bullshit, with our hosts, Summer Helene and Bear Fiorda, only on Talk 4 Media.
Good day, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to break your...
Behind the Scenes. I'm your host, Summer Helene. You can see I have no makeup on. And we are with my co-host, Bare Bottoms.
No, Bare Bottoms.
Yes,
I did a collaboration with a wonderful creator and martial artist by the name of Master Ken, or Enter the Dojo show on YouTube a little while ago, and he gave me the nickname Bare Bottoms instead of Bear Fiorda. So
you have a very hairy bottom.
That is so relevant to the show today. Well, actually, not really. We are somewhere today where they do handle laser hair removal.
Do you want it on your bottom?
No, I do not actually.
You have it on your nipples?
I did have it done on my nipples. By the way, guys, laser hair removal works phenomenal. But if you don't keep up on it, it does eventually come back, unfortunately.
As you've heard throughout the week, I'm going to be being stabbed on the face live today. It's wonderful.
Yes, here at Renaissance M.D. in Redlands, California.
Stop bouncing your legs, seriously.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I had a lot of nervous energy, so I'm bouncing a lot with my leg.
He has a fight tomorrow. He hasn't eaten anything, but he keeps drinking coffee. Lex, please take this coffee
so
away.
wired.
It's really good.
It is good.
I got to do something about this. Can you ask Dr. S what I can do about these?
Wait, the lines?
We'll talk
you look beautiful. Don't worry about it.
I'm getting Botox.
You know what isn't beautiful though? The recent information coming out about Matthew Perry and his stupid assistant.
I do want to give a quick shout out, Renaissance M.D. Thank you very much. That's where we are right now. And so you all know, this isn't like a collab. She's not paying us to be here. This is actually where I come and what I'm getting done. Yeah. I just figured I'd share it with you guys. We are doing a reality show with her though.
That is true.
That's going to be awesome. And then a quick shout out as well to KMX Stands. Shout out to Tiny Bubbles Hair Salon in Palm Springs, California.
Yes.
Runway Magazine that is doing a fabulous article about Brandy Newman.
Another person doing a reality show for it.
And then myself,
you're doing
of course.
So many reality shows.
30 shows right now. It's going really well. Our partner in Phoenix, our hotel, do you remember the name?
Embassy Suites in Phoenix, Arizona.
I keep trying to get him with that,
by
and
Hilton.
He remembers it.
It's the one I remember.
I thought it was by Sheridan.
No, it's...
You sure?
Yeah.
It's by Hilton?
It's by Hilton.
Are you sure?
Embassy Suites by Hilton, yes.
Are you sure?
Now I'm not sure. I don't know who it's by anymore.
Tell me if he's wrong. Our giveaway this week is from
it's made by the goddamn Motel 6.
Don't give them free advertising. I'm kidding. It's we've got a giveaway this week for off-road rentals in Palm Springs, California. So if you want a free ATV ride, all you have to do is show me that you're following Renaissance MD, like one of their social media posts, and tell me why.
We should make it a little more challenging than that, shouldn't we? So it's a free ride on an ATV.
Can you go to comments? I know we don't want to what's the word we're looking for? Can we make sure we are connected there? And would you have Alexis make sure she's connected there?
Connected to where?
I need to make sure. Did you restart those streams? Hi, I'm waving at everyone. You were supposed to restart the streams.
Too much has gone on. You're asking too much.
Restart the streams.
Okay, well, we'll be back.
To restart the streams. He's not doing great with that. So you'll know what happened with Matthew Perry, right?
Just tell them anyways, because I forgot a little bit. I know he got drugged.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Please restart the streams.
Yeah,
you focus on what you're doing.
Okay.
Don't talk. So Matthew Perry ended up overdosing. One of the things, so you guys know, in Hollywood, we are super cautious about are our assistants. We try and be really, really careful with who we bring into our lives. So Matthew Perry got rid of his longtime assistant and got a new assistant. Lex, I need you to keep an eye on those cameras and make sure we are connected to YouTube on this, because we are currently not. So essentially, Matthew Perry got in this new assistant, got him hooked on drugs. Brooke Mueller, which is Charlie Sheen's ex, got involved. He ended up overdosing. The assistant that he should have been with is Lex, you're not going to be able to go to settings. You're going to need to call them and do it. She's trying to get into here while we're doing this, and we don't need any issues with the show.
Oh, we can't?
While it's going.
Okay, I asked you to set it up beforehand. What happened?
I have it set up.
Would you double check, try and get in, make a comment, see what's going on? So essentially, he ended up dying because the people around him kept selling him drugs. And one of the things they said is a direct quote, I wonder how much we can sell to this moron.
Oh, yeah, because he had a problem. So that he would buy no matter what. Not only did he trust these people, he was probably hooked on it to begin with. Yeah. And it was the stupid horse tranquilizer. Ketamine. Thank you. It's the ketamine drug.
People are using people are using ketamine now as if it's a treatment thing. It's not. Lex, make sure this link for YouTube is shared on his social media everywhere right now. And on ours and mine and everything else. Do hard push. So essentially, they give him this ketamine. Yes. He ends up dying. He drowns in his hot tub. 5 people have been arrested. It is really important in our job to have people you can trust. I've had the same assistant for 10 years. You can hear me talking to her in the background, Alexis. Like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, hey, Lex, check this. Hey, do this, blah, 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 in the background. I've worked with, come here, Lex. I've worked with her for 10 years. I don't care if you have no camera. Come say hi. Do you know how important it is to be able to trust her? She is my child's godmother. You don't screw around with that. And the Friends cast, actually, when they said assistant, jumped in to defend Matthew Perry's assistant, found out this is not the same assistant. Oh. This is some crackhead. This was not his longtime assistant. When you let new people in, you take risks in our job. It's just not something you should do. And this wasn't the queen of ketamine, or what are they calling herself, right? No, somebody else? No. The queen of ketamine is the one. He was getting it through a therapy group, 2 doctors, and this chick, the queen of ketamine. God damn. So they gave him and the assistant was giving him the shots. Okay. Lex, make sure Yana's on, please. And in the days that he was around doing this, it was super problematic. Would you see what's wrong with that one? We have no one on there. So maybe restart or boost. But essentially, the time that he was on was very, just call the new stream stabbed in the face. I mean, sure, that'll work. But essentially, by having these new people come into his life and do that, they started taking advantage. And Brooke Mueller, I know she's given credit because she's Charlie Sheen's ex. Right. She's a druggy porn star. Wow. Is she really, though? She really is. Okay. And so I'm not surprised these people are associated with her. She helped throw Charlie Sheen's life further down a hole, and he wasn't doing well. The reality is Matthew Perry was a sad, lonely man. He didn't have a lot of people around. He was unhappy. And so he hid in this ketamine. And in America, everyone's pushing ketamine like it's the new thing to heal you, the same way they pushed Oxycontin as non-addictive. Or methadone. You know, which is still addictive. I gotta tell you, I still wear a nicotine patch on my butt, and I quit smoking 15 years ago. Then I chewed nicotine gum for 8 years, or more than, for 12 years. And I've been on the nicotine patch for, what, a year? Yeah, just about, I think. Yeah, it's addiction is addiction. Here's the thing. I believe personally that addiction is not to a substance, it's a personality trait. If something makes you feel good or makes you relaxed or helps you feel just better than what you are right now, you're probably going to get stuck on it, especially with how much you use. Like with him, maybe at the beginning, this ketamine treatment had some kind of benefit to him personally. I disagree. So they're using it like they used to use Coca-Cola for toothaches. What do you mean? The reality is you cannot give people a substance and say it's going to improve them. Oh, like you're a corn addict. But you can't just replace that with something else similar and hope that it's going to fix the problem. Exactly. What are you going to do? Look at like Victoria's Secret models and go, yay. Right. It's the exact same thing, just a different, I guess, in the same genre of problem, just a different substance, which you can't, it's not going to help anyone. You got to stay away from that stuff. But all around, whether it's drugs, alcohol, corn, doesn't matter. Well, for you, what do you think in Matthew Perry's case? He was a lonely man. He brought people in. And I think what broke my heart is when they talked about how much will this moron pay. They really drained him. And they knew that they could. So disrespectfully about him. And that hurt to watch. They knew that they could take advantage of him. That's the bottom line. They knew he would be alone. They'd probably known him for a few years now. They probably, I wouldn't say they immediately sold him tons of ketamine. They probably gradually got there the more he got hooked on the stuff, to the point where they could sell him, what, $55,000 worth of it before he finally OD'd? I think what really gets to me, and what I say drown, but come on, is I look at so many people who rely on their assistants, who rely on the people around them. And these are people you let in your life. These are people you let around your children. these are people you give access to your life. Lex, what are you doing? You got it going? I'm watching her in the background. But that's what I mean. Like, you work with these people, you know these people. How do you justify? I guess I couldn't do
You
it.
can't justify. That's the thing.
I was an assistant. That's where, you know, we all start as an assistant, and either you stay on that road or you start. I started as an intern.
Right.
How do you justify that?
You can't justify that. There's not. I would say at that point, there's not really an assistant. More there's someone just taking advantage of you. If they put themselves in a position to be needed by you, at least for certain amounts, to keep them around, and then they slowly began to kind of. It's more like an abusive relationship than anything else. Actually, it's not even. It's not a workplace dynamic. It's not a friendship. It's not an acquaintance. It's not even a. I just can't get off the fact that it just seems like she was abusing him. Because that's what it is to me.
Like?
Or is. I guess abuse is different.
No, if we're going to talk about abuse, let's talk about the Duchess of Sluttery.
Who's that again?
Oh, Meghan Markle.
Yes.
So the Duchess and the Prince are currently on their way to... Oh, no, they're currently in Colombia.
Right now, yeah.
They're in Colombia because the United Kingdom was too dangerous.
Wait, I thought they went there because they have this random tour going on.
They
for
do.
Is it for the Invictus Games?
No,
or? Okay.
It's not even for the fucking Invictus Games. It's for Meghan to get attention. It reminds me, hear me out. Okay. So once upon a time, there was this king, King Edward, right?
Okay.
So he gives it up to be with this American divorcee.
Yes.
He gets upset. She doesn't know what it's like to really be royal and adored by the people. So they go over to Germany so she can have a royal tour.
Yeah.
And this guy, Adolf Humperdinck, with a funky mustache.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, takes them around and treats her to a royal tour.
Okay.
Okay. Well, apparently, Duchess Difficult is having trouble feeling like a duchess. She's not important enough. And Hollywood doesn't want to work with her because she sucks.
Yeah.
And essentially, that's how that went.
I'm just saying, if you don't feel important enough as a duchess of a country, maybe don't abdicate your position.
You know, you're a duchess of a region, not a country.
Region. Maybe just don't leave. Maybe just stay so you're needed by some. I guarantee you, they wouldn't be bored if they were there. They would be doing stuff every single day.
Why don't you stream this on your Insta while we're going?
I can't. It's not on my phone.
Okay, then stream it on your Facebook.
Okay.
Good, we can redirect people there. But all I'm saying.
On your Facebook?
Do.
This is already streamed to your Facebook.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Excellent. Well, I'm looking for additional places. We've got the additional phone to use it to stream.
We're trying to get as many, I assume, many platforms possible on this, right?
So, yeah, you can't run your TikTok, but what can? So let's choose a platform and do it.
Yeah, go
We've got Dr. S. All right, so we are going to be stabbed in the face right now. Do you want to report on that one? That is streaming to multiple platforms. We have multiple people here.
Yes.
Do you have Yana jump on hand that to she can get that one.
Sure, but why don't we introduce our guest who just walked in right now?
I am going to.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet Dr. Hyder. We call her Dr. S. This is Dr. Shazia. You will hear all about her. Dr. S is in one of our upcoming television shows. I'm super excited to have her, and she's about to stab me in the face. Dr. S, would you tell everyone about yourself, please?
Thank you so much, Summer. It's such an honor to be on the show. So I have a med spa in Redlands, and I am board certified in internal medicine. And we do lots of procedures here: Botox, filler, laser hair removal, PicoSure laser. We do body contouring, weight loss, facials, anything from being pampered to being snapped in the face.
I keep telling everyone, if you want to be Hollywood hot, but you don't want to pay the Hollywood price, come here.
Yeah,
do you want to go tell do you want to go get their TikTok chick? Now, I am going to tell you guys, if you are squeamish with blood or squeamish at all, watch it anyway. So we will be doing that here. This is going to be a good time. I say, because we'll have your TikTok going in just a second. So we do have some questions for you. He took a bunch of questions earlier on, but one of the first ones was, what is ringworm? They were asking him about fighting. So
okay,
what is ringworm?
Ringworm is a fungus, and it usually happens in sweaty areas. So it could happen in the underarm or in other crevices of the body.
Crevice
Okay,
body.
so you can get it in like
The groin area.
Oh, that would suck.
You can get it in the beard area
Oh,
because there's hair and
Yeah,
it's
okay.
wet, right? And Southern California is hot and sweaty, basically. So yeah, ringworm, see your primary care doctor and get it treated. Easy treatment.
hey, there you go.
You guys will know Bear got it if he ever comes back on here and is missing his beard. That means he has been shaved. He'll be bald.
I have had it shear like the forearms a lot, but I use like cream, cover it up, and I try and keep it to where it's not going to infect anybody else. That's the whole point. Is don't show up and don't put other people at risk the whole time. You know, something else they were asking too is how you got into medicine to begin with. That's a long story.
Okay.
We have time. You
So
know.
you can hear that I have a British accent. I'm from London, and in the UK, United Kingdom, we have a system where straight from high school we go to medical school. That's actually the British system, which is in a lot of the countries in the world, one of which is Australia too.
Nice.
And so
It's because we're better than you in every way. No, I'm just saying. I like that.
This
this
is a little rivalry going on here between
I'm
the.
saying America should be given back to the Commonwealth. Clearly, it can't help itself. Sorry.
This coming from the person here from a group of criminals.
Whatever. We were talking about Dr. S.
Yes, we were.
Sorry.
So I had to decide really young. I was 15 when I decided I wanted to become a doctor. So I did the right subjects to get into medical school. I applied. It was competitive. Yes, I had to do all the work experience and all that kind of stuff. Got into medicine, 5-year program over there. I did a lot of international work too in the Caribbean. And then when I qualified, I traveled a little bit. I did house jobs. I'm completely trained from the UK. I did family medicine there, and then I applied and I have an internal medicine residency from Loma Linda, Southern California. So that I got into medicine because I was just really impressed with how our family doctor could just look at someone and just say, oh, this is what's wrong with you.
Right.
And by the way, this is what you have to do to get better. And it worked every time. And I was like, oh, wow, you know, that's amazing. So that to me was impressive. And I love biology. I love sciences.
Okay.
So some people find that really dull, but I love it. So
That's what matters, that you love it, and that's what you're doing now.
yeah, exactly. And I've changed careers over time. And I had, long story short, I had a battle with breast cancer myself.
Oh.
So doctor became the patient. Wasn't that fun?
Can't imagine
Not
now.
very good. I'm a bad patient. So then I just decided to open up my own place and be my own boss. And you know what? I think that should be everyone's goal in life, is to work for themselves.
I definitely think it's worked out. That's the whole idea. You're the epitome of the success story right there, actually.
Yep.
Well, that's something they'll be seeing in your TV show. And you had such a on paper, your life does not make sense. You've had such a different road than most people. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm different. I like to think I'm different. It's cool.
Just a little bit. I heard actually that transitioning from other countries into the United States for medical reasons is particularly difficult. Is that to say the
Yes.
least? Okay.
Okay, so it is really difficult if you're an international graduate. So the US like to take US students because if they've paid all that money to go to med school in the US,
Yeah.
they, for several reasons, they want to retain them, and then they understand the system in US.
That makes
You know,
sense.
we understand US system.
Right.
Well, not me personally,
They do.
but people do. The programs do. So it's very hard to get into a residency program if you're international. So I was international. So I was very lucky to get a program in California because it's very competitive. But often foreign graduates end up, you know, in the slums of the Bronx on the East Coast.
Got it.
That is a very typical place to go.
Okay.
Or really scary places like, oh, I don't even mention it.
That's all right. Yeah.
You're not
No, we're not going to go
you're
into
going
it.
to the best place if you're going in for.
Yeah. I mean, I went for, okay, it's really scary. I went for an interview in Oakland,
Okay.
and I was at the interview, and it's a whole day interview. It's a whole experience. And they mentioned about how, when the bus driver dropped me off from the shuttle from the hotel to the hospital, he said, I'm going to pick you up at such time. My husband was picking me up. He said, don't stand outside the hospital when you're getting picked up. And I said, oh, why? He said, just don't.
Just don't.
Said, yeah, just don't.
Good advice.
Don't get shot.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah, just stand inside. And then when I went on the interview, somebody mentioned that a Pakistani doctor in pediatrics had gone missing. She was never found. Her body was never found. She just went missing. Yeah, I know.
Oh, that would make me want to work there so much more. I'm so much more tempted.
I ran you. Yes, you. You know, big bodybuilder and fighting guy. Me at 5'2" and however much I weigh.
You're getting trafficked.
Not so much.
No,
Yeah, not
getting trafficked.
much.
She fits in a suitcase.
Scary. Yeah. So I ran so far from that place.
Yeah, not a chance in hell. Nothing's worth your life.
Not that I know of.
Just gone forever. All right, that's took a sad, dark turn. Hey, on a positive note, you're getting a reality show and you're stabbing the producer in the face right now. How do you feel about that?
Feeling great. I think Summer has a very pretty face. Honestly, she doesn't need to do anything.
Oh.
But we're after natural results, right?
Okay.
She's trying to stay looking as beautiful as she is today. And so, or maybe even reverse a bit of time.
I want to do is get rid of these two. I got these lines here.
What?
Like this right here, from like here to here.
That's just from smiling. That shows you're a happy person. No, don't do that. That's the face. That does not make happy face.
Okay.
You know I can kick you in the head.
I don't want that to happen.
We're going to do some Botox now. It's a needle.
That's awesome.
It's going to go straight into the muscle. And the reason we're going into the muscle is to stop that movement. I don't know if the camera can see if she turns and squeezes, frowns. Can you see that she's got some?
She's got a little line going on right there.
Yeah, just a couple of lines there. People get 11s. It's what happens. It's life. It's aging.
Is that what they call it, 11s?
30 reality shows in a year.
So if she gets 11s, what's this called?
What do you have? Oh, I can't define that.
It's called getting punched in the
face. It's a 1011. Got it.
Yeah, that's fighting. So you get fighting face. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go straight into the muscles. Sorry that I'm this way.
Guys, if you want a close-up, make sure you are following Renaissance M.D. If you want to look at this closely, jump on TikTok and it's renaissance.md, correct? Make sure you are following that.
Perfect. Now I have a way to see the up close and personal what's happening. I don't know exactly what medically is taking place, but I can do a play-by-play commentary. The needle's just gone into her face directly right now, almost exact center of the head. And it looks like it's kind of like puffy, actually. It's kind of pushing up the layer of skin. How far down do you have to go for this?
Different levels in different places.
Okay.
So these three muscles in the middle between the eyebrows are kind of thick and chunky. Some are more thick and chunky than others.
Got it.
And
she just said I have a fat forehead.
You don't have a fat forehead.
I was actually looking at Bear when I said.
Oh, okay.
I've
got the fat forehead.
Chunky face, chunky muscles.
He looks like a caveman. He's got that caveman forehead.
I'm going to give you a little
It
lift.
just hangs out slightly past the bridge of my
Guys,
nose,
if you
actually.
get it under the eyebrow, it creates a lift. How?
How does it go? Well, you hear from the sidelines a little bit of owls going on there. This must be quite painful an experience.
Well, it's not the most fun I've had as Dr. S. Like we went to. I got to tell you all, in the interest of transparency.
Yes.
So the show started because I like her. I wanted to be her friend. So we took her out for girls' night, and then we ended up going to her house for her birthday. Absolutely fantastic.
Coming up.
Yep.
Raise,
Beautiful.
relax.
It was a beautiful party, by the way. Lots of wonderful food. People
I
were
know,
used to.
just talking.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm going pretty superficial here. because I don't need to go very deep. Raise again. No.
Well, I already have a 5 head, so
Raise again. No.
I think we just established I had the chunky brain head.
yeah, I have a very high forehead and perfect for Victorian
Really?
or Elizabethan. Yeah, they want the forehead
Oh,
to
yeah.
go back to your
You're
neck.
right. Raise
Wow.
again.
There's a lot of little red dots all over the place, actually.
Raise
And I
again.
can-
No.
As I'm watching this, I can see also that we're creating kind of little indentations all over the place. And then, so there's a little bit of a smoothing out process too, isn't
So-
there?
I'm just injecting it because of this muscle goes all the way across, right? Actually, there's 2 bands of muscle. So I'm just trying to put a little bit everywhere and it will spread out slightly. Doesn't spread out a lot,
Got it.
but I'm keeping it at a safe distance so that she doesn't get any kind of brow drops or any kind of issues. So the purpose of this is just trying to, so raise your eyebrows. Yeah, so she gets some lines here when you raise. So that just stops that from happening. Yeah, see, like those lines?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're trying to stop that.
Oh,
And then the eyebrow under injecty thing is a lifty thing. That was very
So I did a little lift, and I'm going to continue doing the, when you smile, those little starburst lines, we call them crow's feet.
oh yeah, right there.
And then I'm going to just put a little Botox in there too.
I got that. I got jelly rolls under there. You name it, I got it. You name it, it wrinkles. I'm very expressive.
I can understand the appeal of it though. You really want to hide those lines because they look like little. Would you really? I don't know if I consider them imperfections, but it's just like the skin isn't as tight anymore. It's gotten loose and it's kind of squinching. Like I can smile.
You just called me old. I was just complaining.
I'm just saying, I'm young and I can smile and see that I got 30 different lines going on
Yeah, but
there.
you get punched in the face every day.
I know. I get what is that phrase? Rode hard, hung up wet or something. And honestly, if you just from what I learned earlier, apply a little bit of sunscreen and some eye cream, should go a long ways, especially when you're young. But I don't tend to do that, so that's why we're right here right now.
Yeah, Dr. S said he has to use sunscreen.
Dr. S
You
was
need to
very
wear
clear.
sunscreen, and that's your biggest preventer from aging.
Okay.
The sun is the #1 factor that ages your skin.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah.
So is it just the burning of like cells, or what is it happening?
It's the UV light
Okay.
that hits our face.
Wait, I do red light on my face.
That makes
That's
sense.
okay, right?
That's okay.
Red light's supposed to be the
Well,
not the opposite, but it's supposed
the
to help.
best thing I did, Dr. S did it. She stabbed me in the face with these zappy needle things that burnt crap out of me. My skin looked great until I got sunburned.
I was so terrified for you when you got that done. I thought you were gonna boil alive, your skin was gonna react to it or something. But no, it turned out perfectly fine. It looked extremely painful. I think it was worse in appearance than it was.
It was cool looking. We streamed it once. Everyone loved it.
They did enjoy seeing the burn marks.
Mm-hmm.
They also enjoyed seeing the laser hair removal on me done too, I
When
think.
she burnt your nipples, that was fun.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to underneath Summer's eyes and just go to kind of smile a little bit. You can see it creases up underneath there. I mean, I think they're fine, but she doesn't like them, so.
I'm on HD all of the time.
We're sending them away, sending them to the graveyard right there.
Just gonna put a little bit, sorry, sweetie, poking.
See, that one I would think was a little more worse in sensation because there's a lot of soft skin here. Very easy to like.
It is really soft skin.
You know, but I'm used to a combat. It's very easy to cut or split. I can't imagine getting stuck right up in there. And that's kind of like puffing up and removing those lines that she would get when she smiles or probably not scrunching the nose.
Probably should have put numbing from like my forehead to my nose.
I should.
Oh.
Underneath, you're right.
It's all right.
No, you're raw dogging it. You're fine. It shows how tough you are. Very strong.
Can we put one in his face?
No, please don't do that.
You want me to do what to his face?
No, nothing. Nothing at all. We're just making jokes. That's all.
So how can we do 3 on that side, 1 on that side? Am I crease
Oh,
here
it's
and
just,
one?
no, it's just the same amount. I was just spreading it out a little bit more. I should do 3 pokes on this side.
Oh,
I think in your trauma you forgot.
probably.
Yep.
Because I know we did 3 on this side, and I thought we did 2 on
We
the
can actually see some of the blood here trickling down from the side of Summer's eye, just underneath it. You see a little bit of a red indentation there.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Very sad.
Sorry, you two may not approve, but I think everyone else is gonna be okay with it.
Okay, now we're gonna work on the muscles. You can see them on me because I haven't done them for a while.
Okay.
Kind of.
She did the ones, I gotta tell you, she did the ones here in front and they still haven't come back.
That's
So
good.
when you grimace, then we're gonna go on to that. So there's muscle bands which attach from the jawline to the collarbone.
Mhm.
And so you can imagine if there's a band pulling your face down, that's gonna
Cause the skin to come down a little bit.
Mhm.
What are you thinking about as you go through these motions with your patients, no matter who it is, and you're sticking needles in their head and neck? And is it all analytical for you, or are you in a different zone, having happy thoughts? What's running through your mind?
Well, I try to be quick, and I try to look at their anatomy,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to just be, quick is important. Clearly, I'm not being quick today. I'm just yapping. But yeah, I'm trying to focus, but I'm also trying to make sure the patient's okay. So I can do things to make things more comfortable for the patient, like give them a little squeezy ball or a little bit of ice or some numbing cream.
Got it.
In general, though, we're on
That
the
makes
show
sense.
today, so we're not doing any of that. We're kind of focused
Right.
on this. But I've done it before. She's given me the squeezy ball, done the numbing. It's actually been really good experiences. And there's, like I said, the zappy thing, when she did that, you guys liked it. And it smelled like burning hair. But that was really, really improved my skin texture. If you do that, do not go get sunburn afterwards.
Yeah, probably not a good idea at all.
Okay, grimace, so I can see this. Okay.
Now, I think you also mentioned that this is.
Do that more? Is that as much you can do?
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
relax. Okay. Let's put a little bit of Botox in here.
Oh, right in the jawline too. I believe you mentioned earlier that this
The other
is.
side.
You've gone through a few different changes with career-wise, right? In terms of medicine, you tried out a couple different things that decided ultimately that this is where your calling is. What were some of the other things that you had done before getting into more of the cosmetic scene of medicine?
So I did family medicine in England, just outside London. So I completely qualified in that. But then I got married. And so that's what brought me to the US.
Okay. So marriage got you to move over here. And then when you got here, that's when the whole going to Oakland and learning about other doctors getting kidnapped happened. Is that correct?
Then I had to, yes.
Okay.
But I had to study. You have to do all your exams again for the US. And then go and do residency again, which I'd already done in the UK, in London. So I was just doing everything again. So
What's funny is they want you to do all that again coming here, but they won't even let you into medical school out of the country from an American high school because the education level is considered so low. And I'm letting you guys know this because I'm currently
Damn
dealing
shame.
with this. You have to get an AA to qualify as a high school graduate from the Commonwealth.
That's insane.
That's because your bloody medical system sucks.
okay, go like this. Okay, I'm grabbing that muscle.
I found, yep.
Oh, that looks delicious.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to see the skin get pulled and then having the needle go inside. I would think that makes it a lot easier or feel better than just going and sticking at it without any kind of tension. You got the muscle? Okay.
You look like someone grabbed your bicep and stuck their fingers up.
Well, you know what? She's an incredible doctor.
Yeah.
That's why we're here in the first place. She's able to perform these stuff very, very well. I'm just kind of entranced by where it's actually happening. And so you pulling on it with your fingers, that's just to make sure you're in the right spot, or are you actually feeling for the changes?
I'm just grabbing the muscle.
Okay.
If I can grab it, I will. Let's grab it on this side.
And I actually get a more direct view of what's happening here. You see her pulling on the side of the neck and face there to get the needle into the skin. Is that, and the purpose is you get it under the skin into the muscle, right? Or underneath it?
Yeah, I'm going right into the muscle. And I'm doing something called a Nefertiti lift.
Okay.
Which is Queen Nefertiti was known for her really long neck and her chiseled jawline.
Oh, interesting.
So
Well, shout out to Nefertiti.
she's an ancient.
She's gone. Also, welcome. Good day, Yana. How are you?
Education system sucks.
Now,
Proof as to why they make us take extra schooling if you go into the Commonwealth.
I may not have known who it is, but we'll be okay, I'm sure.
Just I'm gonna work on the chest wall.
Yes.
Nice.
She doesn't like a chest wall.
Got it. What's the chest wall, if I may know? Is it just
It's the lines
Oh,
that
just,
Where,
just here,
or-
just here, just the skin on the chest.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna bleb in a little bit of Botox so that because she says she has wrinkles there, they have to look really hard to find her.
You know, we are our biggest critics across the board.
I'm on
no matter what.
HD
Right.
and they complain online. The two things I get are, well, when I fell over in front of the king of,
Go like that.
when I fell over in front of the king of Nigeria and my dress went over my head, that went everywhere.
Yes, that would have been a good
I
moment.
get complaints on the wrong color Spanx.
Poking.
Hey, people will judge no matter what.
Well, my Spanx went over my head, so that happens.
Yes, that's true. And apparently the wrong color.
Yeah, apparently. The big thing though is, so because I was a Victoria's Secret model,
Mm-hmm.
when I get online, any change is immediately pointed out.
Got it. Because it's such a fine figure and face that a Victoria's Secret model would have.
They actually hire you based on your face, not your figure. They believe they can fix a figure, they can't change a face.
I said, Dr. S giving a little
She can
smirch
change
there.
the
She can
face.
change the face.
No, this is like what you said about they don't hire you based on your body.
So they
I
want
don't
you to
know.
have.
I mean, I think they have certain limitations,
Yeah,
probably.
They do
I
have
mean,
limits. They have limits.
I think
They do have limitations.
I think I wouldn't qualify that.
So what they look for is a certain face. Like you have the right kind of face. They like a heart-shaped face. They like big eyes, and they like a long chin. The big things they avoid.
Mhm.
They do not want anything that's an Instagram. They don't want you to look like an Instagram model.
Okay.
Your chin.
You're boss.
Which is funny, because I would think Instagram models probably get a lot of this work actually done for themselves. Maybe a bit overdone, actually.
Wrong kind.
Wrong kind. Got it. That's okay. So why are we sticking needles in her chin right there? What was up with that?
We have a mentalis muscle here. So these are all the muscles that pull down the face.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to put a little bit in there just to relax that. She's really pretty chin.
But what I have are these two lines. Yeah, figure out how to fix. So we're studying.
That makes a lot of sense. And for someone who maybe not be able to get in to get these procedures taken care of, if they wanted to fix that issue or maybe here or here, is it just the sunscreen or is there anything else they could be doing? Do they have face tightening exercises? I don't know if that's some 80s snake oil or whatnot.
No.
If it's being sold to you on Instagram, don't buy it. Go to an actual doctor. Do not buy it. Do not buy the George Chewy things. Go to an actual doctor. If you're going to do something with your face, don't screw around. You can find way too many horror stories.
Yeah, that's very true too.
I've watched too many people's faces get wrecked at work. That being said, what can people do?
I would say, our consultations are free.
Mhm.
So you can come and see us, and then we put together a treatment plan. And then people can hash it out. Not everyone can do everything in one go. We can
Right.
say, okay, you know what? People are like, okay, what can I do that will I'll get the biggest bang for my buck.
That makes sense, yeah.
So then we'll say, okay, we could start with this, but maybe in 6 months' time, we can do this.
Okay.
Because your skin, it's like, you don't go to the gym one day and say, okay, I'm done. I'm healthy now. I don't need to go to the gym ever again. Your skin is exactly the same thing. You have to keep at it. So I think your audience will understand that more.
Consistent work is essential. You have to keep on it in order if you want better results or can maintain the results, I'd imagine.
I have to tell you guys, so I had some issues. I've been on Jaro and Ozempic and trying to lose weight after pregnancy and a couple of things. And so my face was dropping and I came to Dr. S and she actually tightened up my jaw before I went to Australia. And that's going to be featured in Runway magazine. We're actually talking about you there. And it makes a huge, huge difference. It really does.
Good.
So what can someone do that would have the most impact quickly?
For just in general,
Mm-hmm.
if you're young, then the sunscreen and really good medical grade skincare. So, well, not just young, any age, medical grade skincare, meaning it's a skincare product that is not from your high street places. You have to go to the doctor's office. And often the consultations are free, they may or may not be. But then if you want to invest in your skin and your face, invest in yourself, invest in really good skincare. Skincare is your homework. That's what you have to do morning and evening. And yeah, you get these Korean skincare products. It's like 16-step skincare. Oh my God, I can't do that. Well, we've got great skincare products, and once you get it down, it's not 16 steps. You can do the whole thing from start to finish in 3 minutes.
Makes sense, because you get accustomed to it at that point. You build a rhythm to it.
Exactly. It's like brushing your teeth. You wouldn't think of skipping brushing your teeth, right? So it's the same thing. You're going to brush your teeth, you're going to do your products in the morning and night, and that's simple as that. And then sunscreen all through the day. So that is your number one, any age.
Right. What is, I heard you say medical grade skincare as opposed to like over the counter. So what's the big difference there between, I don't know, something I could buy at a Walmart or what's that thing called? A pharmaceutical shop, CVS.
Right. So one, you're going to get it customized to your face if you're going to a doctor's office, right? So they're going to say, yeah, use this, but don't use this. Because when you walk into, I walk into a makeup shop that has products, I'm lost. I have no clue which aisle to go down. And you ask these girls, they don't really have training. So
it's kind of shooting in the dark right there, hoping that it works for you.
Well, I use this, so you might like to use this. No, everyone's different. Everyone's skin's different. Come in, have it looked under a light, under the little magnifying glass.
Right.
And then we'll say, okay, you need this. So medical grade means that we're quite often using prescriptions. And if you have wrinkles already, that means we're using a prescription. We're going to use tretinoin, we're going to use retinol, and that you can find retinol over the counter, but it's going to be at a very low dose.
Yeah.
Not going to be effective.
On a personal note, if you have a fabulous doctor burn the crap out of you with a laser to make your skin look fabulous, and then you're using tretinoin every day, and then you accidentally get sunburned, it will fuck up the work she did. Don't get sunburned.
It's all gone.
Shout out, by the way, every time we use bad language, we give money to the Boys and Girls Club of America, the Humane Society of America, and Free MMA. We swear because we can.
Fuck yeah.
But don't get burned with tretinoin.
You said the retinol at over-the-counter dosages is kind of useless. So is that more like a scam, or you're solving problems I never knew I had right now?
It's not a scam. They're doing what they can do under the FDA.
Got it.
So you've got the Food and Drug Administration in the US. They're running by their rules.
Gotcha.
Right.
Over the counter, they can buy this. But when you go into a doctor's office, you can buy what is prescribed by the doctor. And so it's simple. You can't walk into, you can't buy antibiotics over the counter.
Right.
It's the same thing. So but it's going to be effective somewhat. But if you really want to spend your money, because I've walked into a makeup shop and walked out $300 later, and I'm not quite sure what I bought. And I'm looking at it at home, and I'm like, how do I use this stuff?
Right.
So take your money and use it wisely.
That makes sense.
So for someone like him that gets punched in the face every day, that's hard wear on the face, what can he do?
So back to the same thing. So
all those lines.
I know that there's some product, you can't use the injectables, correct? Because of your computer.
I could, but it'd probably be pointless.
You get punched in the face 2 days after you got it put in, it would smear and he'd have a lazy eye.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's use
our tech engineer here said, our sound engineer said, change careers.
Change careers.
Just stop competing altogether.
Thanks. Shout out to engineer. Thanks, mate.
Well done. Yeah, that is definitely an option. Just change careers. But yeah, your sunscreen. Remember, sunscreen only lasts a couple of hours. Most people do not know that. They slap it on in the morning and then think they're good all day. No, it needs to go.
Why he has a farmer's tan.
They can't tell a farmer's tan on
that. They can. Sorry.
I can't tell, they can't tell.
So and the skincare, you probably need some retinol.
Yeah.
Yeah. So retinol will make your skin dry and you'll start peeling and it will go red. And most people run in and say, oh my God, I'm allergic to this stuff.
That's
So that's
what I
why you have to be counseled very well. You have to be counseled, you have to be examined and counseled and explained, hey, you can start this product, you can start it every day, and you're going to start peeling. Within a week, you're going to be flaky and peeling. But hey, that's a process. Your skin is turning over. You're going to have great skin at the end of it. You can push through it, or you can start twice a week, and you will have less side effects, and the process will be slower, but the process is lifelong. So it doesn't matter. It's not great.
Okay, so no matter what, you're using it forever. You're
Can you
ongoing.
use tretinoin under your eyes? I've heard people say yes, I've heard people say no.
There are eye creams which have tretinoin in them, and it will be appropriately formulated for under the eyes, because the skin under the eyes is very sensitive, as you can see. She's already got the little
bruises there.
I'll get close at the end so you all can see.
But just using straight tretinoin on the under the eye is not a good idea.
I wouldn't.
Okay, what does the cream do? I'm curious now.
She just told you cellular turnover.
Yeah.
Burns your face off.
It'll just turn over the skin. It'll shed. It'll flake and peel off the top layer of your skin. I don't mean in a bad way. It's flaky peely.
Flaky peely.
Flaky peely. And then, your skin turns over. I've got some great before and afters, but they're not my before and afters, so I can't share them. But it works. It's the #1 evidence-based cream that actually works, but it's a prescription.
That makes sense. You can't just go to a store and buy that.
What is the one thing, okay, so if you want to tighten your skin, if you want to make your skin look better, what is the #1 thing you can do at home?
At home.
Ooh.
I want to know at home, and then I want to know with you.
Can you?
So
You can grab a.
So it's going to be, what's the one thing you should do every day aside from sunscreen?
Can you grab your face, pull it back, and clip it back?
They have little tapes we use at work that they have these stickers you put on before, and then actually I'm not going to touch my face right now, and you pull it and you tie it back, and it will give you what looks like a fox lift for photo shoots. Because most people in the film industry, shout out to everyone at work, won't actually get a lot of the changes that you see on Instagram, because we know that's going to go out of style. So we get these little tape things that go next to your eye, pull it back, and then everyone else in the world goes and gets the fox lift. Because we're fake.
Oh, so you're cheating.
Oh yeah, no, we're liars. But at home, what is the best thing that you can do? And then in office, what is the biggest impact you can make? Just coming in, like the cheapest, best thing that they can do if you're just starting off.
So at home, it's going to be tretinoin or retinol. I'm going back to it because it will turn over the skin. This was formulated for acne in the first place.
Got it.
So it's working so it's going to clear up the skin and also help tighten. When you start tretinoin for the first time, you literally, I tell my clients, within 2 weeks, your face is going to feel like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just super tight or?
Super tight.
Okay.
In a nice way.
Would you lotion on top of that to not feel dry? Is it dry sensation or?
Yeah, people do feel dry.
Okay.
So there's a process, there's a turning over process, which takes a few weeks. And sometimes months. Like if your skin is in really bad shape, it could be months that you're shedding.
Yeah.
And people don't want to be shedding in public, but it can be really subtle. But you'll get to a place where you're not shedding anymore, and your skin is just beautiful. If you look at Summer's skin, she has really beautiful.
If we could zoom in, I'd show you guys a little more.
She uses retinol twice a day. Yeah, so that's a little bit above average, but that's why she has great skin.
Yes,
I always thought
you guys are
retinol.
very, very, very good doctors. Let's be clear. If I was doing this myself, I'd be the idiot. Like, okay, Instagram says to try this, so I'm sitting there rubbing an avocado on my face. I'm not exactly.
The oils from
That's
avocado.
do not
No.
put an avocado.
Okay, don't put an avocado.
So
That's good.
You'll smell like avocado and retinol. I guess you use that.
in office, what's the thing that people can do that will have the biggest change or impact?
So it depends on your skin type. So I have to look at a person and decide exactly what works for them. You are fair, you have blue eyes, so I'm not making any racist comments here. I'm assessing her because her skin tells me, or her features, her genetic features tell me what treatment is going to work the best on her.
Right.
So a CO2 laser, so basically CO2 resurfacing for you would be great. Face and neck, just
Is that the Zappy one you used on me?
no.
There's a different one.
Yeah,
It's a whole nother one we could try.
we can but that one, you will be down, your skin will be red, and you won't be able to go out for about at least 1 week, maybe even up to 10 days.
I will try it and burn my face off and let you guys see.
Okay, we could do that next.
And then
I'm so worried for you.
as far as somebody with like more melanin, what would you suggest?
So myself, I cannot do that. I cannot burn my face off. I will do something like microneedling with radio frequency. That's going to give you a nice tightening, separate to surgery, of course. I don't do surgery. And if someone needs a facelift, I will be very honest with them and say, you know what, I don't know if I could make a big impact for you. Perhaps you should have a surgical consultation. But most people don't really want to have surgery on their face unless they're like very aggressive type personality. But microneedling with radio frequency is the gold standard for skin tightening. And there are different products on the market. There's the big names. We have Vivace, which has an ultrasound so that I can see exactly how deep to put the needles in different parts of the face. Because if you go too deep, you're going to kill fat. You don't really want to kill fat in the face because that's exactly what you want.
Makes sense.
You want to kill fat here, so I can do different depths and different areas. So the ultrasound tells me exactly where I'm going.
All right, well, guys, we are unfortunately out of time. So would you
They're
do
telling us to-
me a
Tell
favor?
everyone where to
Tell
find
everyone
you.
where to find you, all your social media.
Yes. So we're on Instagram and TikTok, Renaissance.MD. And we're in Redlands, California. You can Google us, Dr. Shazia Hyder, Renaissance M.D. And number is 909-793-2020.
There you go.
So
Guys.
that's in the United States and California. So I have
Yes.
to let all of you know that. This goes actually globally. This goes into 92 countries. Around the
Okay.
world.
Excellent.
You should fly in
You should
to LA.
fly in.
No, legit people do fly in to Beverly Hills. And something I'm trying to stress, we are actually going to have Teresa Giudice from Real Housewives. She's going to come out here and have stuff done. We have a bunch of celebrities that are coming in, and they're not just coming in for the show. I've had people since Dr. S has been working on me asking what I'm doing with my skin.
Mhm.
So it really does make a huge difference. I'm going to get close and let you all see kind of the bruising scoop. So you can get close and see I'm a little bruised, a little black and blue, but all in all, this is all that it looks like. I have no makeup on, no anything. Don't judge me. Right now, but this is what I look like. It doesn't take you out. You can get it done before you go to work. Dr. S, is there anything you want to say to everyone before we get to hop off?
No, but make sure you wear sunscreen, please.
Okay, sunscreen it is. I'm Summer Helene. Shout out to my co-host Bear Fiona, and thank
too
you.
tall right
You are, and thank you very, very much to Dr. S here at Renaissance MD. We'll see you guys next week.
Good night.
Bye.
This has been Behind the Scenes with Summer Helene and Bear Fiorda. Only on Talk 4 Media.